Welcome to the Aegis CRM help video on how to configure and manage the Aegis Home Dashboard. In this video, users will understand how to configure their personal home dashboard in Aegis and learn how to initially set up their dashboard, add components, add queries, add charts, and interact with their completed dashboard. Once configured, the Aegis Home Dashboard can contain three helpful build types that enable users to view groupings of data: components, queries, and charts. In this previously built-out dashboard, I am displaying examples of all three build types. First, there are components, such as recent donors, favorite queries, and favorite reports. There are also queries, such as revenue by year, a major gift officer report, and donations over the last 30 days. And finally, by scrolling down, I can view two charts: revenue by year and year-to-date revenue by month. But before I begin showing you how to utilize these components, it is important to note that any new user in Aegis always starts with a blank dashboard, not a configured one. That being said, I'm going to switch to a blank dashboard and start from there on how to add items to a new configuration. But keep in mind, the process for adding items to a new or existing dashboard is exactly the same. From this new blank dashboard area, I will now explain how to add each of the three build items while explaining their unique characteristics. Once I'm finished adding all three, I'll then show how users can interact with each of the types from the saved dashboard. Let's start by adding components to the blank dashboard. Components are pre-configured widgets that Aegis developed to help users find and interact with certain groupings of data. Their name usually indicates their function. Examples of these found at the top are recent donors, favorite queries, and favorite reports. I can drag and drop these components to either column to display them once the dashboard is saved. There are also two additional components, database logo and batch summary, that I will not be adding at this time. Next, I'll add three queries to my dashboard. Available queries for the home dashboard come directly from the queries module and constitute query records that are either created by the logged in user and therefore available for that user to leverage in their home dashboard, or have been shared by another user for general use. I'll drag the revenue by year, donations the last 30 days, and the major gift officer report to either of my columns. Finally, I'll add one chart. Charts are very effective 50,000-foot views of data and can provide good graphic displays of data trends. I'll add the year-to-date revenue by month chart to the right-hand column. To save my dashboard changes, I'll then click on the Save and Close button in the top left and view the results. Now let's take a look at what we can do with dashboards once they are loaded. Let's look first at components. Most components enable listed interactions. For instance, from recent donors, I can click on any of the linked values listed to navigate to that particular donor. The recent donors automatically displays the last 10 persons logged in that user has interacted with. I can also click on one of the favorited reports and navigate directly to that report. For favorited reports and favorited queries to appear in those components, users must slide the Mark as Favorite toggle to the right to add them to the dashboard component. Returning to the dashboard, let's take a look at how queries interact. We'll scroll down and use the Donations Last 30 Days query as a model. Firstly, I can expand the results by clicking on the Show Entries dropdown and selecting a different number of records to present. Then I can click on any of the column headers to sort by that column header. Finally, I can search through the results, including any results that are not displaying in the initial grouping. Users can see this smart search at work as I slowly type in the value Allison and narrow my results. Now let's take a look at the year-to-date revenue by month chart. This colorful chart clearly displays the revenue of the organization over the current year for each month. And although it is not interactive, it does present the data clearly to the user. If users are having any trouble deciding on which query to utilize or which chart to use, they can always consult the queries manual on the Aegis help site for some good examples. Thanks for your attention, and we hope you enjoy the ability to configure your home dashboard in the Aegis CRM.